Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today in my pocket I have something called a HDMI dummy plug. So what this is, and let me show you from a top camera so you kind of get an idea. It basically mimics a second display. So why would you need this? A couple things. If you're doing work on your laptop and you want to access a remote PC, that remote PC may or may not turn on unless it has a monitor hooked up. And if you don't want to run a full monitor, you put this little dummy HDMI plug in there and it will mimic a full display and it will keep your remote PC basically online so you can access it from your laptop. So I'm going to show you a couple different configurations of how I use these. One, I'll show you how your laptop or your PC will instantly recognize this as a monitor. And then I'm going to show you if you have a crypto mining rig and or remote computer like I do. I'll show you the remote rig, but more importantly, the PC that I have that runs the software. But sometimes you have some automatic energy settings that will automatically hibernate your computer, or if your computer senses that your monitor goes off, it will automatically hibernate. And in my case, that would mean that my mining operation would be interrupted. Anyhow, let me switch cameras around so I can go a little bit mobile, and we'll be right back. Okay, so here is that dummy plug. And I don't think that's a nice way to describe these because they are pretty intelligent. Anyway, take that cap off. So that is your HDMI plug. And then as my laptop, and what we're going to do is we are going to plug this into the HDMI port. Let me just spin this around. And then we're going to plug it in there. And then you can kind of see from a blue light that it's active. Okay, so on this screen, basically, it's your system, it's your display. There is no extra display detected, but the moment that I plug this HDMI dummy plug in, you can automatically see that it shows that two monitors are hooked up. If you have a laptop, you're pretty familiar with how this feature works. And then disconnecting it, it goes back to only recognizing that it has a single display. Okay, so onto my mining operation. I'll show you what I do there. Okay, so that is one of my mining operations. Kind of give you a general idea. Okay, so on the back of this little Pro Desk, I have a HDMI dongle. And basically what that does is that keeps this monitor, so when this automatically goes into energy saving mode, it will go to sleep. It basically will hibernate. And then this computer will basically go online. So if I wanted to remote access any of my mining operations to see what they're doing, I would not be able to do that because the monitor's asleep, so the computer will go to sleep. And also, in this mode, this is a software that uses the GPU on board. So it's basically using your graphics card to mine a crypto coin called Mysterium. So again, if the PC, this little guy right here, detects that the monitor goes to sleep for whatever reason, then it's not going to do any mining operations. So just to kind of give you an idea of what that does. But anyway, so these little dongles are very energy efficient. It will mimic a full-size monitor, and it will let you be able to do a lot of different remote things, as well as have your PCs, remote PCs, run headless. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching, and be safe out there.